Okay, so starting with the next lecture. So in the previous lecture, we have covered with the topics, that is the maximum demand, group diversity factor, peak diversity factor. These three topics we have covered in our previous lecture, and some of the formulas that are associated with group diversity factor, peak diversity factor, and also some terms like connected load, how to calculate the energy. This all we have covered in our previous lecture. And from today's lecture, we are going to start with the different types of loads, then chronological load curves, load duration curve, and mass curve. Then the different formulas for load factor, capacity factor, and utilization factor. So these topics we are going to cover in today's lecture. So the different types of loads that we have already facing in our daily life. The first type of load is the domestic load. Domestic load means the load that is included in our residential areas. Okay, domestic load consists of lights, fans, refrigerators, heaters, television, small motors for pumping water. That means all load or all devices that are connected in our houses. Okay, most of the residential load occurs only for some hour during the day, that is for 24 hours. Like lightning load occurs during night time. Okay, and domestic appliances load occurs only for a few hours. Okay, except refrigerator, that is on for 24 hours, but like heaters are there, or television load is there, or motor load is there, we can switch them on and off as per our need. So for this reason, the load factor for this type of loading, for domestic loading, is generally from 10% to 12% just. Okay. And the next type of load is commercial load. So this type of load consists of lighting for shops, fans, and electrical appliances like ACs are there, refrigerators are there in some of the shops. Okay, heaters are there, especially in the winter season. Okay, so all load that is related to the commercial area. Commercial area consists of some shops, small shops, big shops, like this. So this class of load occurs for more hours during the day as compared to the domestic load. The commercial load has seasonal variations due to the extensive use of air conditioners and space heaters. And this type of load is generally switched on between, like, from 10 a.m. to up to 8 or 9 p.m. Okay, and during night it generally remains off. No supplies there in the shops or in the mall areas, like that. So the load that is associated with the shops or some marketplaces deals with the commercial load. And the next type of load is the industrial load. So industrial load consists of the load demand by industries. And we know that there are different categories of industries, like small scale industries there, medium scale, large scale industries are there. Okay, the medium magnitude of the industrial load depends upon the type of the industry. Thus, a small scale industry requires load up to 25 kilowatt, and a medium scale industry between 25 kilowatt to 100 kilowatt, and for large scale industry requires a load above 500 kilowatt. This is for the large scale industries. And the industrial loads are generally not weather dependent. Generally the industry, like some paper industry, paper manufacturing industry is there, okay, or some small industry related to just the manufacturing of boxes, okay, so they are not weather dependent. They are generally keeps on in the running condition for summer season as well as for the winter season. Most of the industries are like that. Okay, so the industrial load is which consists, and the load equipments that are available in the industries depend upon the manufacturing products. That industry is associated with which type of manufacturing products. Okay, so some of the motor loads be there, lighting load is there, fan load is there, and air conditioners are there, some refrigerators are there. Okay, some heating processes are there. So as per the different industries have their different equipments as per their needs. Okay, so there, this one is the industrial load. The next is the municipal load. The municipal load consists of street lights, power required for the water supply and drainage purposes. Okay, like for water supply, there are motors. The motors are there through which the water is supplied to the residential areas or for any commercial areas by the government. Okay, drainage purposes. Street lighting load is practically constant throughout the hours of the night, and we know that the street lights are generally switched on only between 6 to 7 p.m. and in the morning up to again 5 to 6 a.m. Okay, so it has the fixed duration of its working hours only during the night. And for water supply system, water is pumped to the overhead tanks by pumps driven by the electric motors. So pumping is carried out during off-peak period and usually occurring during the night. So the pumping process or the supply of water to the tanks, main tank of the city, okay, it is also done during the night when the overall load is less. So this helps to improve the load factor of the power system. So this all type of like street lights and water supply system, this is associated with the municipal load. Next type of load is the irrigation load. So this type of load is the electric power needed for pumps driven by motors to supply the water to the fields. So what is there in the irrigation load? The main load that is associated with this is the electrical pumps that has to supply the water to the fields. Generally, this type of load is supplied for 12 hours during night. Next is the traction load. So this type of load includes the tram cars, trolley buses, railways, etc. As we know that in today's scenario, the most of the railways that work on the electricity. Okay? The old coal running railways are not there now. Okay? So railways generally work on the electricity, so their type of load consists of the traction load. So this class of load has wide variation, and during the morning hour it reaches peak value because people have to go to their workplace. After morning hours, the load starts decreasing and again rises during evening since the people start coming to their homes. Because what is this in these lines that in some of the cities, like in some of the big cities, there are tram cars, trolley buses are there, which also work on the electrical supply. Okay. Otherwise, the railways load is switched on for the whole day because we know that the trains are continuously moving from one station to other during night also and during day also. Okay, so these are the different types of loads: domestic load, commercial load, industrial load, then municipal load, irrigation load, and traction. Okay, now next is the load curves, very important. Load curves, the curve showing the variation of load on the power station with respect to time is known as the load curve. Like this one is the load curve. So what this graph show, it shows the load. Load is there on the y-axis, that is in the megawatt or in the kilowatt or in the watt. Okay. So and on the x-axis there are the number of hours. And see the format for the hours, that is 12 midnight, then 12 noon, then again 12 midnight. Okay, so it is the 24 hours format. Okay, 12 midnight, then this one is the just 2 a.m., 4 a.m., 6 a.m., 8 a.m., 10 a.m. And then here is the 2 p.m., 4 p.m., 6 p.m., 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. Okay, and this graph shows how the load varies for the 24 hours duration. Like at 2 a.m. the load is approximately 1 megawatt. Okay, it starts increasing between 6 to 8 a.m. Okay, it reaches its peak at 6 p.m. around 6 p.m. So from these type of curve you can estimate easily that what is the status of the load during the daytime or during the night time or for any particular hour of the day. Okay, so the load variation during the whole day, that is for 24 hours, are recorded half hourly or hourly and are plotted against time on the graph. The curve thus obtained is known as the daily load curve. So this one is the daily load curve. That means this curve gives you the variation of the load for the 24 hours for the daily basis. Okay, similarly, there are curves also, like weekly load curves are there, monthly load curves are there, annual load curves are also there. Okay. So as it shows the variation of the load with respect to time during the day. So this one is the load. On the y-axis there is load and on the x-axis there is the time in hours. And these are some of the load curves for the different types of load. Okay? We have already studied the different types of load, like domestic load, commercial load, industrial load. So these are some of the estimated load curves, not the exact one. These are the estimated load curves for the different types of load. Let's see, like for the industrial load, we know that generally most of the industries are started around 6 a.m. Okay, 6 to 7 a.m. So from this load curve, the load starts increasing after 6 a.m. Then it reaches its constant maximum point. Then it shows a little bit decrease around 12. That means why here is the little one decrease? Because we expect the lunch break. Okay? Because of the lunch break in industries. So there is small decrease in the load between 12 to 1 p.m. Okay, then again reaches its constant maximum, then around 6 p.m. it starts decreasing. Okay, these are some of the this is the estimated load for the industries. And next, for the traction load, traction, that means related to the railways. So it just shows here that around 6 starts increasing, then it shows a little bit decrease around the lunch break timings, and then it again increasing and again decreasing. But this one is not the exact one, because we know that key railways are continuously working during day night also. You just draw this type of curve for the traction load. Next, for the residential load area, again we know that during 12 to 6 everybody is sleeping. Okay, around 6 p.m. all the activities in the houses start in the morning around 6 p.m. So the load shows a little increase, then it shows a constant, then around 6 p.m., 6 to 7 p.m. Lightning load is also switched on in our houses. So again increasing the load, and around 10 to 11 p.m. it starts again decreasing. Okay, and this dotted line shows some load related to the winter season, and this is about the residential load. Next is the street lightning load. So it shows the fixed duration, like the street lights are generally on around 6 p.m. and keep on up to 6 a.m. Okay, but in winter season these timings are little shift. Okay, around 6 to 7, 7 and so on. Okay, so this one is the load curves for the different types of load, and also like for the commercial consumers. So this is the approximate load. Here on the y-axis there is a load, on the x-axis there is the number of hours, am, pm. Okay, and in the commercial areas, that is for shops, are generally remain in the on position around 8 to 9 a.m. in the morning, and then the load is increasing, then it shows a little dip around the lunch break, then again increasing, and around 9 to 10 p.m. it shows a decrease in the load. Okay. and this constant load is generally on in some of the shops, like in some of the shops refrigerators are there, ठीक है, or some other electrical LEDs are there, ठीक है, boards are there which remain on during the night also. So this constant load shows for that. Next is the irrigation load or agricultural load, and it mainly consists of the pumps for the water supply to the fields, and it is generally we assume that that is remain on for during night when the city load is not at its peak. Okay, then only the agriculture load is on. So this is a curve for the agriculture or irrigation load. Okay, so these are the different types of load curves for different types of loads. Okay. Now, next is the different types of curves. So we have to do 4 types of curves. One is the chronological load curve, then load duration curve, then mass curve, and then energy curve. Okay, just uh, starting with the chronological load curve. So what is chronological load curve? It is a graph showing hourly variation of demand during 24 hours of the day. Okay. So this one is actually the chronological load curve. In our previous slides, we just tell them as the load curves, but actually these are named as chronological load curves. On the y-axis, there is the load, maybe in kilowatt, in megawatt, and so on. And on the x-axis, it is the hourly variation in the hours. And in the time format, 12 midnight, then 12 noon, and then again 12 midnight. ठीक है? Or you simply give them as the 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, again 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. Okay, and this is the variation of the load. Like between 8 to 10 a.m., the load is here somewhat. Okay, and here also you have to mention the load. What is the load in the kilowatts, like 5 kilowatt, 10 kilowatt, 15 kilowatt, 20 kilowatt, and so on. Okay, and the maximum point of this graph gives you the maximum load, or you can say it as the peak load. Okay, or you can also say is the maximum demand or peak demand, okay, during the 24 hour. Okay, and also this shaded portion, okay, the area under the load curve, any load curve, area under the load curve gives you energy. Okay, how it gives you energy? Like on the x-axis there is the hours, and on the y-axis there is the wattage. Okay, so what is watt multiplied by R? What R? That is the energy. So the area under the load curve, this shaded portion represents energy in the kilowatt hour. Okay, how much energy is consumed? Now the next type of curve is the load duration curve. So load duration curve. It is the rearrangement of all the load elements of the chronological curve in decreasing order. Okay. So how to draw this load duration curve? It is drawn by using this chronological load curve. ठीक है, इसको देख के ही load duration curve draw की जाती है. It is the rearrangement of all load elements of the chronological curve in the decreasing order. That means the maximum load. So the maximum load is plotted first. The maximum load is plotted first. Then the next decreasing load is plotted. Then the next decreasing load is plotted. Then the next, and so on. Okay. So this much is this one is more clear when we are going to do the numerical. Okay, so then you will be more clear with that. So the area under the load duration curve, area under this curve and the area under the chronological load curve are equal. तो ये equal ही होते हैं. ठीक है, the area under the load duration curve and the area under the chronological load curve, they are equal. And what does they represent? they represent the energy consumed in the given time. That what is the energy consumed in 24 hours? So that is the area under the chronological load curve and the load duration curve represents. Okay, what is the energy consumed in 24 hours? Now the next type of curves are mass curve and energy load curve. Okay, and these two curves related with the energy. Okay, so firstly the mass curve. Mass curve is plotted between energy and time. Okay, mass curve is plotted between energy and time. Mass curve gives the total energy used by the load up to each hour of the day. Like, see this curve. This one is the mass curve. On the x-axis, there is the time 12, 6, 12, 6, 12. So this one is the format for the time. Okay, and on the y-axis, there is the energy, megawatt hours, or maybe in the kilowatt hours. Okay, so this curve represents the energy consumption for a fixed duration of time, like up to like here up to 5 a.m. approximately 5 a.m. What is energy consumption? It is approximately 100 megawatt hour. Okay, like what is the energy consumption around 9 a.m. that is approximately 300 megawatt hour. Okay, so what is the energy consumption around this 7 p.m. that is around 900 megawatt hour, like this. So what is the usefulness of the mass curve? That is, it gives us the idea of the energy consumption for around the particular hours of the day. Okay, and what is the total energy consumption after this total time? So this one, and this energy consumption, this maximum point, this is equal to the area. So the total energy consumed under any curve, okay, the total energy consumed that is given by the load duration curve or given by the chronological load curve, it is the same one. The total energy consumption under these curves, it is the this one. This is the maximum point. This maximum point is the same, that is the energy consumed or the area under the chronological load curve or the area under the load duration curve. Okay, and the next fourth type of curve is the energy load curve. So the energy load curve, it is plotted between energy and load. So just remember, mass curve is energy and time, energy load curve is energy and load. Okay, so simply in some questions it is simply written as energy curve also. The load word is missing. So energy curve, that means energy and load. Okay, and for this curve, on the x-axis there is energy, and on the y-axis there is the load. Okay, that means what is the energy consumption for the load of 20 megawatt, or what is the energy consumption for the load of 40 megawatt. Okay, so this estimate you can easily drawn from this energy curve. Okay, so this gives you the consumption of energy for the particular load. Okay, for particular amount of load. Okay, so we have studied the four types of curves. One is the chronological load curve between load and time. Okay, and the time format is this 12 midnight, 12 noon, 12 midnight. Okay, then there is a load duration curve, there which is a rearrangement of load elements of the chronological curve in the decreasing order. That means the highest load is plotted first, then decreasing and so on. Okay, and here the time format is 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 and up to 24. So this is the format for the load duration curve. Okay, just remember that. And mass curve and energy curve, mass curve is between time and energy curve is between energy and load. Okay, so, and the mass curves are plotted like this. These are not the plotted like these bars, okay, or blocks, and these are plotted like these points. Points are marked first and then they are joined by a single straight line. Okay, similarly for the energy curve also. So these are the different curves. And now next are some of the formulas. Very important. So the first formula is the load factor. So yes, it is the ratio of average load to maximum load. Okay, it is the ratio of, see this first formula, average load to maximum load, that what is the peak load, or you can also say what is the maximum demand, ठीक है, or the peak demand during 24 hours, ठीक है, or during the month or during the year. Okay, that is, it is the ratio of average load to the maximum load for a certain period of time. The load factor is called the daily load factor if the period of time is a day. Okay, that means if we have to calculate the load factor, or if the duration of time is given in as the 24 hours, then we said that it is a daily load factor. Okay, and if the period of time is a month, then the load factor is called the monthly load factor. Okay, and similarly the yearly load factor is there. Okay, there is one more formula for the load factor, that is, it is also equal to energy consumed during a time of t hours. Okay, what is the total energy consumed? Like if we have to calculate the load factor for 24 hours, firstly we have to draw the chronological load curve, then we calculate the energy consumption. Okay, so the energy consumed during a time of t hours, t may be 24, okay, divided by the peak load or maximum demand or maximum load, okay, multiplied by t. ठीक है, if you calculate the load factor for 24 hours, then this t is 24. If you have to calculate the load factor for a month, then this t is 24 multiplied by 30. Okay, similarly if you have to calculate the load factor for an year, ठीक है, then this t is 24 multiplied by 365. Okay, so but this t is in the hours, just remember that. So there are two formulas for load factor. One is the average load divided by maximum load. Another is the energy consumed during a time of t hours divided by peak load into t. Okay. And formula for reserve capacity, and it is generally calculated in kilowatts or megawatts. And this is equals to installed capacity minus maximum demand. Okay, and this reserve capacity is generally calculated for the some industries or for any generating stations, that what is their installed capacity and what is their maximum demand. Okay, like the installed capacity for any generating station is 2.5 megawatt and its maximum demand is 1.5 megawatt, then the reserve is 1 megawatt is the reserve. Okay, like this you have to calculate the reserve capacity. Next is the capacity factor, plant capacity factor. The capacity factor of a power plant is the ratio of its average output power over a period of time to its maximum possible power that could be produced. Okay? That means its installed capacity. What is the installed capacity of that power plant? Okay, so plant capacity factor, it is simply represented as CF. It is the average demand divided by the rated installed capacity. Okay, and there is one more definition. It is also defined as the ratio of actual energy produced in kilowatt hours to the maximum possible energy that could have been produced during the same period, maybe yearly or monthly. Okay, what is the actual energy production divided by what is the possible maximum energy production, कितनी हो सकती थी. ठीक है, so it is also gives you the ratio of कि actual energy कितनी produce हुई है divided by कितनी maximum हो सकती थी. ठीक है, so this is also given by the capacity factor. And if the power plant runs at its rated capacity, then the capacity factor is 100%. ठीक है, अगर किसी पावर प्लांट की रेटेड इंस्टॉल्ड कैपेसिटी मान लो 2.5 मेगावाट है and it gives the production for the full capacity, that is 2.5 megawatt, then the capacity factor of that particular power plant is 100%. Okay, so It also depicts the extent of the use of generating station. मतलब हम उस particular generating station को कितना use कर रहे हैं, ठीक है? That how much we are going to use that generating station. If it is used full to its installed capacity, then the capacity factor is 100%. ठीक है, अगर हम full use नहीं कर रहे, 80% use कर रहे हैं, then it is according. ठीक है? And so there is one more formula for the capacity factor, it is the maximum load divided by plant capacity. Here is the plant installed capacity. Okay, maximum load, or you can also say that peak load, ठीक है, divided by plant capacity multiplied by load factor. That what is the load on that particular plant. Okay, so the capacity factor depends upon the load factor. What is the load factor of the area that is there on the generating station? Okay, so any generating station has to work as per the load factor. Okay, as per the load required. So actually in journal we are generally using this formula in our numericals further. So you must have to remember this formula, that is the capacity factor, it is equals to maximum load divided by plant capacity into the load factor. And this formula also gives you the relation between the load factor and the capacity factor. Okay, so how to calculate the load factor? That is energy consumed during a time of T hours divided by the peak load into T. Okay, now one more formula. Next is the utilization factor. Just note it down. Utilization factor. This represents the how much the plant is used. Okay, so its low value means that either the plant is on standby or still not in use after its installation. That means if any plant gives you very low utilization factor, so that means that plant, some of the units are standstill. They are not in the working condition. Okay, so what does the utilization factor represent? It represents that how much that any particular plant is used, how much that any particular unit is used. Okay, so this is given by the utilization factor, and its formula is maximum demand divided by the rated plant capacity. You see here, it's the same formula. It is the same formula. See here, it is also maximum load divided by the plant capacity. Okay, maximum load, or you can say maximum demand divided by the rated plant capacity. So these are some of the synonymous words. Maximum, or you say peak, ठीक है, demand या फिर load. So these are synonym words. Okay, divided by rated plant capacity. So the relation between the capacity factor, utilization factor and load factor is capacity factor is equal to utilization factor into load factor. Okay, just note it down. It's a very important formula. Capacity factor, it is equal to utilization factor into load factor. So this is all for today's lecture. And just concluding, in today's lecture we have covered the topics like the different types of load. Okay, then we have seen the different load curves for the different types of load. Okay, and then we have done some of the curves like chronological load curve, then load duration curve, then mass curve, and then energy curve. Okay, then some of the formulas related to the load like load factor, then capacity factor, then utilization factor, reserve capacity. Okay, and then there is finally the relation between the capacity factor, utilization factor, and load factor. Okay, so this is all for today's lecture. Thank you.